Hey everyone, welcome back to another WIA Weekly Wind Up, where we meet you here every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern to share a little bit about what we have going on within the Women in Analytics and Data Connect community. I have a couple things to share today. First things first, our round three ticket pricing for the Columbus event ends today. So if you are interested in joining us, now is definitely the best time to grab your ticket. I'm going to share my screen here so I can show you how to access that. So with the annual Data Connect conference here in Columbus, if you've never come across our event before, we host an annual event right here in Columbus, Ohio. We have around 55 speakers this year that are all women, non-binary, and gender fluid individuals. We are also focusing a little more on AI this year, but still continue to offer a variety of talks and tracks. And I'm going to kind of dive into how you can sort through and see, if there are things on our agenda that jump out to you. So if you go to the Data Connect conference website, dataconnectconf.com, conf.com, up here in the top right, there's the Data Connect conference dropdown tab. You can go into our agenda here and give it just a moment to load. As you can see, we've got 3 days listed here. The first day is dedicated to our pre-conference workshops. We are hosting 4 of those this year. So if you are interested in checking those out, you can certainly do so. The pre-conference workshops are sold separately from the ticket, either in the combo pass or you can add it on. We also launched an executive ticket this year that we're really excited about. So I'll dive really high level into that, and then follow us on socials. You can see, we're running a promotion on the ticket right now. We are sharing a list of benefits. We've got some speaker meet and greets and some roundtables that we're working on too. So I'll dive at a high level into that as well. But if you're interested in just checking out some of the other things we have going on the agenda, you can sort by track. You can also sort by technical level. And this year, we are testing out a new concept that allows folks to sort by tag. So historically, we've done different tracks and have found that sometimes it can be difficult to fit people into these boxes, especially as things morph and change and evolve over time. So we're testing out a new way to organize these things this year. So if you are interested in checking out something specific, you can go through, select as many of these tags as you want, and it'll pull up all of the sessions that are categorized under that tag. We used a little bit of ChatGPT to help us tag these programs. So that's kind of a fun little insight into, how we've determined what these tags should be for each of these sessions. You could check out a session by diving into the C session details. It'll give you an overview of the talk itself, a description, the date, time, what room it's going to be in, what tags are associated, what historical track we categorize that under, and then the technical level as well. And I guess by technical level, we are offering a business track this year too. So not necessarily only reflective of technical level, but reflective of basic understanding of the topic that's being presented. You can learn a little bit more about the speaker as well. And then if you have your heart set on a session and you want to make sure it's something that you absolutely do not miss, we've added a capability this year where you can add that right to your calendar. So you've got a couple of different options here as well. And then as we get closer to the event, we'll be launching our event app too. So if you've already registered, please keep an eye out for that email. If you haven't registered yet but are planning to over the next couple of months, we work with Expo Pass on that. So you'll see an email from Expo Pass to set you up on the back end there. But this is just another really great way outside of the app to make sure that you are, bookmarking those sessions for yourself. So just a couple of cool capabilities with that this year too. So feel free to navigate that. If anything's jumping out at you, you can go ahead and hit register if you haven't already. Like I mentioned, our round 3 ticket pricing ends today. So we're in, again, round 3 after today. Starting tomorrow, we'll be jumping into round 4. Pretty significant price increases on those. So if you are interested in attending, I would definitely recommend grabbing that ticket today. We also do offer a payment plan as well. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about that, you can go to the payment plan button at the bottom. it'll take you to our payment plan options tab. The combo pass and the regular pass are the two options we're offering for the payment plan. Again, the workshops are sold separately. So if you've already purchased your conference pass and want to add a workshop to that, there is a workshop only option. If you've not purchased at all and you're interested in attending the conference and the workshop, the best way and the most affordable way to do that is via the combo pass. So once you've decided how you'd like to participate, you can click into, whatever particular pass you're interested in. It'll break it down into 6 monthly payments. You'll pay that first of those 6 payments today, and then you can check out your payment schedule here. So no fees, no interest, no additional charges or, things that are hidden in this. What you're paying is the price of the ticket, and that is all. You'll update your payment information here, and then our organization will reach out within the next couple of days just to make sure that we're all set up on the back end and that you're registered for the event through the app and that you're ready to go so that you're receiving all of those different communications. So again, just a reminder, our ticket prices do jump after today. So starting tomorrow, we will be in round 4. Just to touch on this again, in-person conference pass pricing is for the 2 days of the event, July 11th and 12th. If you're interested in attending one of the pre-conference workshops, one of the 4 that we have available, you can purchase the combo pass. That gets you access to one workshop pass and both days of the event. The workshops are all held on the 10th. We're doing 2 in the morning at 8 a.m., 2 in the afternoon at 1 p.m. We'll serve lunch in between there as well. And then you'll have an opportunity to communicate with some folks in your workshop beforehand too. So we're working on some communication avenues. That way everyone's feeling prepared and can have an opportunity to network a little bit in advance. And then if you've already purchased your in-person conference pass and are just now seeing the workshop opportunities, which I will show you where you can find a little more in-depth detail on those, you can add the workshop only as well. So we have that down here at the bottom. You can hit workshop only. It'll allow you to select which workshop you would like to join. And then, then you'll have access to both. Like I mentioned, we're also offering an executive pass this year. We are doing our virtual pass again as well. So we are in the second pricing round of that. It's only $95. You'll have access to almost all of the sessions, with the exception of, some of the networking sessions and those types of things. But you will have access to a ton of things through the virtual pass option as well. And then so with the executive pass pricing, that does include a workshop pass as well. Like I mentioned, we have also recently launched a business track. So we do have an AI business user page on our site as well. That just kind of highlights the different speakers who are going to be speaking within that track. We've got some agenda items that are specifically curated for those folks too. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the business track, you can check that out. And then if you scroll to the bottom, we also have a list of the executive ticket benefits down here at the bottom. So cutting edge talks and sessions, we've added this track to the conference in an effort to really kind of deep dive into the evolution of AI and its impact for business and educate those business users who are a little less technical. We're going to be hosting some networking opportunities throughout the event as well, including executive roundtables. We have an executive lounge space and workspace available. We're going to be doing some speaker meet and greets as well. And then in addition to that, like I mentioned, you'll have access to the pre-conference workshops, which is another great opportunity to connect with folks. If you're not interested in attending the workshop, you could also send a member of your team or somebody that works with you or for you as well, which is a great opportunity to engage folks on your team. Expedited check-in process, parking passes, all sorts of great things here. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more or signing up for that, we are only selling 50 tickets this year for our executive option. And then we are running a promotion on those tickets. If you use the discount code executive, you can save $100 on that ticket. And then you'll have access to all of these benefits and then the rest of the event as well. So these are extra things added on to all of our normal benefits of attending. That about does it for the Columbus event this week. We also have our DCC West event coming up, which is happening very quickly. It is next week, May 8th. We've got a week from tomorrow. If you don't remember this event, it is a smaller version of our Data Connect conference here in Columbus. We're expecting about 400 folks in attendance. We've got, it's a one-day event versus two. We do have our agenda up on the website as well. So if you're interested in checking this out, you certainly have the opportunity to. Like I mentioned, a little bit smaller, but nonetheless still incredibly impactful. We've got some great keynotes. We've got 2 stages of sessions. We've got lunch in between. We've got a happy hour at the end, some recruitment stuff, and you'll have an opportunity to meet with some of our community organizations that are supporting, as well as some of our sponsors. And then that is next week, May 8th. So if you are interested in joining, again, you can register up until day of. Obviously, if you are interested in receiving communications around the event, the sooner the better on that. But it is coming up quickly, and wanted to share that is available for you to register for still. We have 3 different price point passes. Actually, let me go to the front page here because that'll break it down for you. So we have our regular pass, which is $75. If you work for a nonprofit or are a student, we also have a discount for those passes too. So $75, $50, and $35. It's a full day event. It includes lunch. It includes tons of sessions, including a closing panel, after party, expo hall, recruitment opportunities, all sorts of great stuff. So definitely worth the amount of money. And then we also have a little bit more information here. If you'd like to dive into some additional logistical information around the event, address, map to the event, parking, all sorts of stuff, you can check that out there as well. And then conference-wise, yes, that about does it for all of the pertinent conference things this week. Lastly, we also have a webinar coming up tomorrow. Let me switch tabs here. If you are interested in learning a little bit more about some of the events we have coming up from the community side of things, you can go to womenandanalytics.com. It's womenandanalytics.com. You can go to the events tab up here at the top. You can click into webinars, or you can just scroll down a little bit. Like I mentioned, we're hosting another webinar tomorrow. It is a brand new series that is around empowering analysts for impact. This first episode will be a kind of a fireside, like question Q&A session. Our friends at Align AI are going to be hosting it. Christy Waddell, who works for Align AI, but also has done a ton of stuff for women in analytics in the past, is going to be hosting the questions. And then we'll have Carolyn and Morgan, who are participating in the conversation and answering those questions. All of our webinars are always free to join. So if you are interested, womenandanalytics.com/events, or you can go to the events tab, just hit register, fill out your information. You can also read the full bios and all of that good stuff here as well by clicking register now. And again, that's completely free to join. We'll be hosting 3 of these, so they are bi-weekly. The first one starting May 1st. They'll all be around that similar theme of empowering analysts for impact. And we'll have different topics for each one. So if you've not joined us for those events previously, just to give a high-level overview. We do record all of our webinars as well. Those will be available on our Women in Analytics community platform. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the community, you can hit the join button up here. We've got 3 different ways to get involved. So the Women in Analytics Explorer, you get access, it's free, and then you get access to some of our basic features. So an opportunity to connect with thousands of folks. We've got about 8,000 members on the platform at the moment, which is incredible. So opportunities to chat with those folks. We have interest groups on that page as well. So if you're interested in chatting a little more strategically with folks who align with your goals and interests, you have the ability to join these interest groups. You can certainly post in those. You can ask questions. You can share articles. You have lots of ways that you can connect and communicate with folks within those interest groups. We also have a career advocacy section where you can subscribe to our newsletter. Any upcoming call for papers that are available that we are made aware of or that folks want to post in there are all in there as well. We have a Birchworks job board too, so they provide us with a couple of different roles every month, and we share those within that platform. And then we also have our events list as well, which is a great way to stay connected and stay in the loop on what we have going on. In addition to that, we also offer an enthusiast program, which is a paid membership, but it is only $18 a month or $195 for the full year. You have access to all of the things that the explorers do. In addition to that, you also have a private enthusiast only group. We also have some discounts to conferences, learning platforms, workshops, all sorts of things available there. Any of our paid events, we usually offer a discount for too. We are in the process of lining up some additional mini tutorials, so walkthroughs of different programs or platforms or tools or processes and frameworks. We host some mini tutorials throughout the year. We do typically one a quarter, or we try to do one a quarter. You'll have access to those. You also have access to our full archive of all of our events. And then we are working on fine-tuning our mentorship program. We've hosted 2 different versions of that mentorship program last year and are working with our advocate team to really fine-tune that and hone it in so that folks are excited and have a lot of engagement, and that we've taken feedback from those folks and are trying to implement it on our end before we roll out our next cohort. So we'll have another one coming before the end of the year that you'll have access to participate in as an enthusiast. And then if you're interested in getting a team set up on our platform as well, we do offer an enterprise option. So minimum of 5 members. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about that, certainly reach out to us. Those team members will have access to everything that the explorers and the enthusiasts do, in addition to some additional Data Connect conference perks, a resource vault that you can kind of share your own resources in. We'll work with you to curate different programs that kind of fit your goals as an organization and the things that folks on your team are wanting to see and wanting to learn. And then, yeah, like I mentioned, you'll have access to everything else that the explorers and enthusiasts do, in addition to some of those more tailored perks. So that is what I have for you today. Just to recap very quickly, our Data Connect West event is coming up next week, May 8th in Portland, Oregon at the Hyatt Downtown Convention Center. Tickets are only $75. If you're interested in joining us, we still have some tickets left, so you'll certainly want to grab that. For our Columbus event, Data Connect Conference in Columbus, Ohio, also at the Hyatt Regency downtown, but in Columbus, not in Portland. Our ticket prices jump after tomorrow, so if you're interested in registering for that event, now is definitely the best time and the best price point to be able to do so. We see pretty significant price jumps after tomorrow or after today, so definitely check into that. We have a webinar coming up tomorrow as well. That is sponsored by Amplitude. We're going to be diving into just kind of the basics of data governance. We're going to do a fireside chat style. And again, that is free to join. And then if you're interested in checking out the recording to that webinar or any of our other sessions, past conference content, etc., you can join our Women in Analytics Enthusiast, which is our paid membership program, and you'll have access to all of those things. That was a lot. Thank you so much, everybody, for sticking that out, and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.